very welcome to your resistance bands class for today. So what I want to do with you today is a shorter sequence that maybe takes only about half an hour, 40 minutes, which is one then that you might be able to do on a more regular basis. So it's almost like a daily all-round resistance bands class that will work out all the different parts of the body, but doesn't necessarily take so long. So for those days when you have a little bit less time, you have something to go to catch up and to bring a little bit of strength and flexibility and stability and all of those things that we aim for with our class into the body, and you can do that in your own time at home. So what you'll need for today is your two longer red bands and the longer blue band. If you just have those beside your mat and come to sitting. So we're going to have, you might already be sitting, but we're going to start just with a couple of moments and really short grounding meditation just to get us fully into the space, and then we'll move straight into some practice. So come to sit anyway that's comfortable for you. I'm here in Thunderbolt, which is where I'm just sitting with my on my hips back and weight on my heels. If that's not comfortable because of the knees, then and actually this can be nice and comfortable if you pop a cushion under the hips as well. Or you can come to easy cross-legged. You can come to any sort of sitting position that's comfortable for you. You just want to have a nice long spine, so have some support against the back if that would be helpful for you. And take a moment to settle. Closing your eyes. If you prefer not to close the eyes, you can have your gaze long and low out in front of you. Take a moment to notice the breath coming and going, the breath moving in and out of the body. Relaxing softly your jaw, relaxing the forehead, letting the shoulders melt away from the ears. Press down with the sit bones, lengthen up through the crown so that you have a nice length in the spine, nice energy channel for breath to flow, for energy to flow, and then openness across your heart space, so inviting the shoulder blades back towards each other and the back of the body. Simply noticing your breath coming and going. And as the moments pass, allowing the breaths to become a little longer, a little deeper, a little fuller. I'll have 3 more breaths here. And then in your own time on an inhalation, bring your shoulders up to your ears, and as you exhale, drop them right behind you. Inhale, shoulders up towards the ears, and exhale, releasing the back body. Inhale, your shoulders up. Exhale, release. And you might notice that you sigh out on the release. It might just be a slightly deeper breath that moves out. So reach for your right bands. And just remembering that 2 bands doubles the strength. I'm going to use 2. If you're new to the resistance band practice, if your arms are feeling a bit tired, if you don't feel that you're quite at the stage where you're ready to increase the level of resistance yet, just use 1. Otherwise, if you're happy to use both, you're going to take the loops onto either hand. And just take a moment to get them on so that they're nice and comfortable. If you're using longer bands, Some of you have requested bands that are a little bit longer. You might need to wrap them maybe once or twice around a hand just to shorten them a little bit. We're going to do some pull aparts here. If the bands are too long and you find that you're pulling apart and there's just no tension on the band, no resistance there whatsoever, that's when you need to shorten. If you're using those bands, and even if you're using standard length ones, and you want to really start to increase effort, then maybe even wrapping once again will help to do that. So the shorter the bands are, the more effort that's involved to separate them. So we're going to start with pull apart. So take the hands so that they're in line with the shoulders, and as you inhale, lengthen the arms apart and allowing the shoulder blades to move back towards each other at the back of the body. Holding here for a breath, and then exhaling back to center. Inhaling, opening, and holding, and drop those shoulders away from the ears, so make sure that the shoulders are bunched up towards the earlobes. And exhaling and closing, and inhaling, opening, exhaling, closing. You feel your arms start to warm up there. We're going to take the hands a little higher now, so to sort of V shape, and as you inhale, open now, if the band is meeting your forehead like it is more, take them a little higher back behind you above the head. Exhale, bring the hands back towards center. Never let them go floppy, so always have to have a level of tensile resistance on the bands. Inhaling, open, and exhaling, close. Inhale and open, and exhale and close. And then we're going to inhale and open and have a little bit of a pulsing moment there, a pulsing sensation where you're slightly bending the elbows, stretching those bands apart. And as you exhale, release the bands back behind you really, really slowly. So when we do this, we're rotating the shoulders. We're moving to quite an open external rotation here with the arms. Creases of your elbows are facing forward, so you want to do that nice and slowly. And then from here, you're going to inhale, so working the muscles at the back of the body now. Exhale and close. And really, really controlled movement with those exhalations. And again, you don't want the band, you want the tension there on the band all the time. So if you find that's like you're really floppy, just shorten the hold. Inhaling, open, and exhale and close. And just notice what's happening here. The shoulders are stabilizing because of the resistance against the bands, and muscles are holding on a little bit more firmly. Lovely openness there across the heart space. This is great for the lungs, great for the heart itself, so we're creating space. Energy can flow, breath can flow, fluids can flow. Inhale, open, building strength in the arms as well. And then up above the head, open as we come around. Exhale back towards center, really slowly. So the movement back towards center is as controlled and as effortful as the movement out. And then exhaling back down to the side. And take a moment there, take a breath. This full inhalation and exhalation. So working in the arms, working in the biceps, working in the triceps, working in the lateral muscles, working across the chest, which is your pecs, but also really opening across the heart space there, working the thoracic spine. So lovely effort in that movement. So if you just want to do one thing for the upper body in your day, that might be it. So we're going to do a little bit of side stretching now. So as we inhale, take the hands up towards the ceiling. And if you shortened your hands, you might want to loosen them. Come to kneeling. Take your right foot out to the side. So the foot to the floor. And then you just bend your elbows for a moment till you can find the floor with your left hand. And if that feels like it's too far away, you could always pop something like a yoga block or a couple of books underneath there if you wanted to. Bring the floor a little closer to you. And from here, we're going to stretch open. So we're getting a lovely stretch into the body there. We're getting more work for the upper body, for the arms, which you feel a lovely stretch into your side body there. Bend this right knee and inhale back to standing. Straighten that leg, and then we're just stretching across to the other side. And you might feel that into the thigh on your left leg there. Inhale, open. Bend the knee again. We'll windmill it down to the floor as we exhale, and then inhale and open. Exhale, back out to the side. So the arm passes the ear, passes the cheek. Inhale, open. And then look back over that shoulder. Bend the knee, back to center. Lovely. So release the bands and we take that to the other side. So stretching the right leg or the left leg, sorry, this time out to the side. We're going to find the floor or whatever your support is with the right hand. And then when we inhale, up and exhale down. And then you feel the stretch into the left side of the body. Inhaling, open. And exhale, stretch. Does one side feel quite different to the other? Inhale, open, bend this knee, back to standing, straighten that leg again, and we exhale out to the other side. Inhale, back to the center, and then you can take that knee back into center position, drop the heels back to the knees, or come to easy cross-legged if you don't like that position. Take the bands back behind you, take the left hand to the floor. Just lengthen up with the right hand and look back at that thumb. And then allow this arm to be guided back behind you. So there's lots of stability here for the shoulders. Your arm's not going to go any further than it's safe for it to do because of this resistance band. Inhale back up to center. And then exhale down the other side. So there's a slight difference here from doing this kneeling, and that is we're bringing a little bit more of a twist into it. Looking back a little further behind that shoulder. Back towards that thumb. Inhale, back to center, and then we exhale around to the side. A little torso twist. Inhale back to center, and exhale to the side. Inhale back to center. Lovely. Release the hands back behind you nice and slowly. And then take the bands around in front of you. So we're going to take one band, 2 loops onto your left foot, and then do the same thing with the right foot. So you're creating this third loop here. This is the stirrup. And then same onto the other side. Okay. So we have 2 bands here. Take the heels out in front of you. And as you inhale, you're going to take the elbows back. Exhale, release. So if that feels too easy, shorten your the bands a bit, or hold on a little bit further down. Inhale, that's more like it. So you really want to feel like there's nice effort in here, and exhale, release. Inhale, and just seeing the lovely openness here. So we've lovely long spine. You're pushing the elbows back, along side to side behind the body, so you have nice length here. And maybe straighten out the legs. And exhale, release. Inhale, back. And exhale, release. This is really nice for the biceps. Really nice again for building strength in the upper body. You'll feel it in the core here as well, so avoid leaning back too much. Lengthen forward with the arms. You're really rooting down the calves, keep the knees soft. Sit bones to the floor. And releasing forwards. Lovely. So we're going to come on to all fours for a moment. Towards that direction, and then onto the feet. So take a moment, so you're onto the pads of the feet. You'll come a little higher if that's too strong for the knees. Take the elbows onto the inside of your thighs, palms come together in prayer position. Tailbone is towards the floor, and then you're lengthening the crown towards the ceiling. So a lovely hip open here, a lovely stretch for the inner thighs in our squat. If you wanted to come to the floor completely with the feet into a lower squat, you can do, but it's absolutely fine, and it's actually a nice stretch for the arches as well to be up onto the balls of the feet. So have a nice inhalation here, enjoy that inner thigh stretch. You get that less if you take the elbows away, so if you need to lessen it, that's one way to do it. If you're not feeling an inner thigh stretch and the elbows aren't resting against the inner thighs, that's why. Lovely. And then you're going to take your hands to the floor, start to straighten the legs, take the hands to the shins, inhale, look forwards, Exhale, bend the elbows, take the belly towards the thighs a little. You'll feel this into your hamstrings as well. And then inhale, lengthen up to standing. Lovely. We're going to take an exhale to the left side. Inhale back to center, so stretching out the side body here. Lengthen out to the side. Inhale back to the center. And when we're stretching out to the side, we're not just lengthening the side body, but we're also mobilizing the spine. So the spine works in 6 directions. It works backwards and forwards. It works stretching side to side like this. And then we can take a torso twist to either side as well. So it's actually the spine, the entire spine that we're working with here, but you're also getting a nice stretch into the side of the body. You're going to take the weight onto your right foot, lifting the left foot. Take the leg forward, guided by the band, and then a nice round semicircle. Inhale forwards to the side, and then exhale as you go around and back behind you. And then inhale forwards, bend the knee. Take the knee so that it's in line with your hip, or wherever it wants to go. No higher than your hip. If it needs to be lower, that's fine. Take the band onto the inside of your thigh, and as you inhale, open out to the side here. As you exhale, maybe taking the right hand to the waist, just to give you a little bit of extra movement there. Lengthen this leg on the inhalation. Exhaling it back to center, point the toes, and take it to the floor. So you're a little balancing there. Then we take that to the other side. So taking the weight now onto your left foot. Let the right foot hover first of all, and then we start to make these nice circles. So exhaling as you go back behind you. And inhaling as you lengthen forwards about halfway. The exhale starts to come in then as we complete that semicircle. So we have 3 of these. So just working with the different types of movements of the legs. And in this knee is in line with the hip. So the legs move back and forward. Take the band onto the inside of the thigh and open. They move backwards and forwards, which helps us to walk and kick, to walk backwards. They are similar to the side to a certain point, and this is our hip opener here. It's also a variation of a tree pose. Lovely, release that hand, stretches that out to the side. Exhaling it back to center and all the way back to the floor. Then we'll just take 1 or 2 forward folds. So inhale, leg and crown to the ceiling. And as you exhale, hinging forward from the hips and the bands to reach towards the floor. Nice soft knees, bend the knees, belly to the thighs. Inhale all the way back up to standing. Take the arms out to the side a little. Exhaling, hinging forwards, belly towards the thighs. Let the bands guide you back towards the floor. Feel the stretch there in the hamstrings. Micro bend into the knees, and the next exhale, crown the head to the floor. And on your inhale, lengthening up to standing, taking the arms out to the side here again. 1 more of those. Exhaling, hinging forward from the hips. Nice length from the crown of the head to the tailbone. Soften the knees, bend them. Inhaling, lengthen forwards, all the way up to standing. Lovely. So take the feet, put them a little bit closer together. We're going to exhale forwards into our forward fold. And this time you can release the bands. Take the hands to the shins. Inhale, lengthen forwards. Exhale, bend the knees. And come to position. So we can take both these bands and move these out to the side. We will take our blue band here, and we want to take it onto the right foot, first of all, into the lining, and let that foot come to the ceiling. So walk the hand up and on the band, maybe up close to the ankle. Keep this leg nice and straight, press through the heel. As you inhale, lengthen out to the side. So for as far as you want to go, both shoulders rounded, both pelvis, sides of the pelvis, both hips rounded. Inhale back to center. And then exhaling across the body to the other side. Yeah, that stretch there into the lining of the thigh. Inhale back to center. Exhaling out. to the side, nice length there on the inner thigh. Inhale back to center. Lovely. And then exhale to the floor. Inhale all the way up. Take the band into the other hand. Take the sign on the legs and bands on my right leg, but whichever one it's on yours, you can take the hand on that side out to the side. Keep both your shoulder blades grounded with the hip lift. Palms lift, roll out to the side here, shoulders grounded. So a nice twist here for the body. Take a nice full inhalation. Sighing exhale. Inhaling back to center. And then exhaling, releasing to the floor. Swapping with the other foot. And then we're going to inhale all the way up to the ceiling. Exhale, open out to the side. So you're stretching out the hamstrings here. You have a nice hip opener, you have stretch for the inner thighs. Inhale back to center. And exhale, little across the pelvis. You stretch for the outer thighs. Inhale back to center. Your arms and your shoulders are engaged here. You're exhaling out to the side. Inhale back to center. Exhale nice and slowly to the floor. Inhale back to center. You can strengthen this or you can deepen this if you want to by bringing your hand further up the band. So you deepen stretch there for the hamstring. This time we're swapping hands. We're going to keep both shoulder blades grounded and we're going to let the hip on the other side lift as we stretch across the body into a twist with over the opposite shoulder to the leg if that's comfortable. So you'll feel a stretch here into the hamstring, into the outer thigh. Lovely, this is great. Inhale all the way back to the center. This is great as well for your pelvis. And exhale, release to the floor. Great for the pelvis, great for the lower back. Shoulders are good, so your upper back, your thoracic spine is engaged there as well. Now we're going to slip both of our feet into the band. And as we inhale, lengthen up towards the ceiling. Walk the hands up along the band towards the ankles. And pressing here through with the feet. So toes are back towards the chest. Pressing through the heels, pulling the elbows down towards the floor. So we have a couple of things going on here. We're in an inversion. Feet are higher than the heart, so we're sending blood flow back to the brain. Your heart is working a little bit harder to move that breath around the body to move the blood around the body. I should say, your heart doesn't move the breath, although there wouldn't be breath if the heart wasn't doing its job, so maybe it does. Keep the knees nice and soft and then back towards the thighs. Press through those heels. Toes back to the forehead here. And take your shoulders away from the ears. Shoulder blades grounded. Heels. Pressing through those heels and lengthening through those hamstrings. The closer your knees or your thighs are to your belly, the stronger work is for the core. If you want to juice it a little bit, either move the legs away and bend the knees. So as always for things like if you're pregnant, if you have any abdominal discomfort, if there's anything that you're wanting in this part of the body, better to be a little bit more cautious and have those heels slightly further away, have more of an angle with the legs. And then if you want to really work the core, which you don't if you're pregnant, you don't want to do too much core work. Toes back towards the forward press around the heels, really good for the hamstrings. And then when you get the thighs back as close as they want to be, release the hands and release the body from it. Just see about holding there by yourself for a few breaths. Nice, long, deep, slow, full breaths. Lovely, bend the knees. Take the knees towards the belly. Wrap the shins around the thighs, wrap the hands around the shins. If you wrap your shins around the thighs, you take a photograph and send me. That would be interesting. And we'll roll from side to side here across your back. Take a nice full inhalation. And then on your exhalation, you're going to release the feet to the floor. And we're here now ready for our Shavasana. So palms towards the ceiling. Let the feet fall out, and anyway that feels good, invite the shoulders away from the ears. Relax the face, relax the jaw, relax the mouth, relax the lips, relax the tongue. So you have strengthened all of the muscles in the body really involved. We've stretched into the side of the body and lengthened. We've mobilized the spine in various directions, all 6 directions. We've toned. We've worked a little bit with the core. We've worked on stabilizing joints, building flexibility. Now we're going to work on letting go, and that won't be work. Hopefully that will be at least effortful, but just allowing your awareness now to move into the body, allowing the body to soften, allowing muscles to relax. Letting your breath go nice and long, deep and slow. Perhaps exploring a sighing breath. So we've had balance in practice as well, physical balance and bringing in then mental and emotional balance as the mind quietens a little to focus on the efforts and the activity. You continue to rest in your Shavasana. Relax your jaw. Soften your mouth, your lips, your tongue. Letting your breath be nice and long, deep, slow, full. Relaxing your chest, front and back, the belly above and below the navel. Softening out, releasing the hips, the pelvis, the glutes. Getting the legs soften and relaxed, the thighs front and back. Kneecaps spaced around the knees, behind the knees. Shins and calves dissolving. Ankles, heels, feet, toes, all relaxing and letting go. Relaxing the arms, the shoulders, the biceps, the elbows, forearms, wrists and hands. All of the fingers softening and letting go. So letting everything soften, letting everything relax and release as much as possible. Relaxing your awareness back to your breath. As the mind wanders, just inviting it back over and over. To the body, to the practice, to the here and now. I'm going to invite you to stay here for as long as you like in your Shavasana, your relaxation, so at least 5 minutes. We say for every 30 minutes of yoga practice, active practice, 5 minutes of Shavasana is nice. You can stay for 10 or 15, that's even nicer still. This is the time when your body integrates the benefits of the practice. And this is the time when the muscles have a chance to rest, so that the stretching, the stress that we put on the muscles, and repair that needs to happen can move in, and that's where strength comes from. We stretch, we overwork, we rest, we repair, and then we come back stronger. And we do that progressively, little by little. So enjoy the rest of your relaxation, let the breath guide you, let the breath anchor you. Thank you for joining me. I enjoy this short practice, but like I say, one that you can do more regularly. Gives you a little bit of all-around physical movement and some of those qualities that you like from your resistance balance practice: strengthening, toning, stabilizing. And I'll see you soon. Thank you. Namaste, and have a lovely day.